Good morning. Okay, so first of all, I feel like I need to kind of apologize because it doesn't look like the quality on this recording is going to be real great. Um, and I have a new webcam too. It's actually really nice. My husband got it for me for our anniversary. So it's not the webcam's fault. I think it's just the lighting in general. I live in like an old 1950s house, and the window situation is not great in here anyway. So I went to a part of the kitchen where they made an addition in the 80s, and it's a sunroom, and it's like surrounded by windows. And I thought, well, it'll be better in there. And the thing is, it's like storming outside, so there's no good light anywhere in the house. So I'm sorry. Anyway, I wanted to check in because I have lost like 3 pounds in the last 3 days. It's crazy. So I'm sitting at like 182.5 today. It's amazing. Super happy about it. Actually, I think that's just a little bit under 3 pounds. But anyway, you know what I mean. So I haven't really changed anything. I was kind of bouncing around again. I can't remember if I mentioned that. But I was bouncing around a little bit again between the same couple of pounds, like over and over again. And I hadn't changed anything I was doing. I was still eating like whole foods, real stuff. Not the Franken foods, not substitutes for carby foods or things like that. So I was just like, I'm just gonna keep with it. I'm doing it right, keeping total carbs under 20 and eating what I'm supposed to, so it'll go down. And I kept the faith, and it did. So I'm really close to that first goal of 180, where I was gonna do a giveaway on the site, assuming anybody reads it. But so I guess if you're seeing this, you should start reading my site, because I'm going to do a giveaway, and I don't think many people are there, so you have a pretty good chance of winning. Sad for me, but anyway, I guess it's really not. Actually, I know I'm going off on a tangent, but I want to go back to that for a minute. So I just said it was sad that not many people are reading my site, but you know what? That doesn't mean it's not worthwhile. I mean, number one, I started this for myself, to keep myself accountable and to have a record of how things are going that I could go back to and look at, things like that. So I'm still happy about that. But I don't know if any of you are like this. Are any of you like obsessive once you get onto something? Because I feel like I am, but it's not just that I am, it's that I feel like I kind of almost have to be. If I'm trying to make a huge change on something in my life, which keto is, it's a huge change from probably what you were eating before keto, right? Well, it is for me. And for me to be in the right frame of mind to keep going and get past the hurdles and keep doing what I need to do and not lapse, keep tracking, things like that, I have to almost be in a mindset where I'm obsessive about it, where I'm reading something to do with it every day. I'm watching videos about it every day. It doesn't mean all day long, but I have to have some kind of new input every single day to keep myself focused on that. So all of that to say that I watch a lot of YouTube videos on people whose opinions I respect on keto. A lot of Go Keto with KC videos, Dr. Eric Westman, Stephen Foley, things like that. And in the process of doing that, YouTube will suggest other videos. And I came across one from KetoCon. I think it was KetoCon 2017. Anyway, they had a panel of people up there, and they were talking about their experiences with keto and this and that. And they said something that really kind of stuck with me. They said, if you have a voice, if you have something to say, if you have a positive experience, then don't wait to put it out there. Like, sorry, my cat is trying to walk across my keyboard. I'm trying to stop him. Anyway, they said, if you have a voice, you should be doing a podcast. If you can write, you should be doing a blog. It doesn't matter if you're done with your journey. It doesn't matter if you're not where you want to be yet. It doesn't matter that you're not an expert. It matters that you're out there documenting what you're doing and encouraging other people. Because if you could affect just one other person and either talk them into trying it or talk them into sticking with it and powering through the tough spots, then that's worth it. then you've done something with that. Even if, only 5 people read my blog, it's worth it, because for those 5 people, it might be another resource to help keep them on track, another thing to help them know that they're not alone trying to do this. Because let's face it, sometimes keto can feel lonely. Like, there's a ton of people out there on the interwebs doing keto, but I think most of us don't know many people in our day-to-day lives, like people that we actually see in person, talk to, interact with on a daily basis that are doing keto. Most of them think we're crazy. So if any of you, if like the 3 of you probably that actually watch my videos and read anything I post on this blog, see it and feel encouraged or feel supported in any way, then it was worth it. So I need to stop belittling the fact that I don't have a huge readership, because it doesn't matter. That was never the point anyway. I got to remind myself of that. So anyway, there is that. So I wanted to say that I had gone down a little bit of weight, told you that. Encourage you to keep going, let you know that I'm really close to that giveaway. So stick around, keep reading if you're interested in that. And I also wanted to talk a little bit about what's going on with my daughter. So, that some of this blog has to do with like parenting issues and ADHD and stuff like that. For any of you that don't know, I have a 7-year-old daughter who has ADHD and ODD, so attention deficit hyperactivity disorder and oppositional defiant disorder, which is a really fun one, let me tell you. So recently, because I've been home with my knee injury, I've been in a position to get her into therapy, which I hadn't been able to do before. The schedule wouldn't allow for anybody to take her there on any kind of reliable basis. So anyway, I got her into therapy. She's gone 3 times now, and we've been implementing some pretty big deal changes around the house. I hooked our therapist in with her school teacher too. So there's like a whole team now around her. It's, me and my husband and my parents, because they see her every day, and her teacher and her therapist, and we're all kind of working in sync for probably the first time ever. We've put in place new rules, new boundaries, and kind of new systems. My daughter thrives on routine. So if any of you out there are dealing with like ADHD and parenting issues, if you haven't yet gotten to the point, I know most of us have, but if you haven't yet gotten to the point where you've put in place some like real deal strict routines, not strict in the sense that like you're yelling at your kid, but strict in the sense that you've set it up, they know how it works, and you're reminding and trying to keep them on track and enforce that routine, that kind of strict. If you haven't done that yet, try it because it's working for us. I mean, I thought we had routines in place before, but now I see that they weren't really effective. The routines themselves weren't, and the way they were being implemented wasn't effective either. So now we've got a couple things. They're doing a behavior chart in school, and we had done that last year. This year, my daughter really didn't want to do it, and we thought about taking it away. I even talked to the teacher about it, and then some stuff started happening, which is pretty typical at the beginning of a new school year because you're introducing new routines. So we decided to keep it. So she's got that. And she's got a bunch of things designated by her 504 plan in school too that are helping her stay on track. So if you don't know what a 504 is, it's kind of a step down from an IEP. It gives them some protections in school where they can't really be punished for things they can't help, and then they're given supports to try to help them. So like for her, part of her supports are the behavior plan, being given warnings when they're about to transition from one activity to another. If she's frustrated or upset, she can have a couple minutes in a quiet place to calm down because she struggles with regulating her emotions. It's part of the disorder. So anyway, so she's got the 504, she's got the behavior chart. She now has a morning and nighttime routine chart at home because mornings are a huge struggle. I feel like we yell a lot, and I don't like to yell. I hate it. I'm not that person, but if you got to get out the door by a certain time, either because they have to be at school at a certain time or you got to be at work, that's how your mornings go with an ADHD kid. Because every 2 seconds they're on to something else. You've told them to put on their shoes and they're pulling stuff out of a toy box for God knows why. So anyway, the routine chart is really helping. We do a chore chart for her that kind of goes like every week she'll get paid out if she does what she needs to do. And we instituted a bonus dollar. She gets 10 cents for every chore paid out at the end of the week. And if she's been good at school all week, as evidenced by the behavior chart that gets sent home, she gets bonus dollar, which is kind of nice. And then her therapist recommended that we write down household rules and that everybody gets a copy. So the grandparents get a copy, the therapist gets a copy, the teacher gets a copy. So everybody who is in charge of anything with her knows the rules, knows the boundaries, knows how they're enforced and how they're disciplined and how they're rewarded, and it's all consistent. That's been really great. And we have this little like jewel jar now. It's like a little jar. It's like, I don't know, this big. Yeah, we bought like little acrylic pirate jewels. And every time she does something good, we drop a jewel in the jar because that's something we're working on too. She's got a lot of anxiety and low self-esteem, which is common in ADHD and ODD kids because they're always in trouble. They're always in trouble. Somebody's always telling them to stop that, quit that, calm down, don't do that, you're wrong, you're rude, you're annoying, whatever the case may be. They're always in trouble. So they're not told very frequently that they're doing something right. So part of what we're working on is trying to remember to praise her for the little things that she does, even if they're things we think should be expected. It's just remembering that we have to meet her where she is right now if we want her to move past that and be better. So the jewel jar, every time she does something good that's praiseworthy, even if that's just, I asked you to tie your shoes and you did it without arguing with me or going off on a tangent about something else, she gets a jewel in the jar. And when the jar is full, she gets to pick something that she wants to do. We're not going to do something that she gets, like something that would be bought, like a toy or something, because we're trying really hard to kind of move away from material things and more towards experiences. So even if that's just like, oh, well, as a family, we'll go out to a movie, or as a family, we'll go on a hike, or we'll go do something you've been wanting to do, whatever it is, but you get to pick and you've earned it. And it's something bigger. I mean, it might involve money. We might have to pay admission for something or pay for a pizza or something, whatever. I'm not eating the pizza. I'll eat the toppings, but you know what I mean. But she gets to pick, and it's something like long-term to show her sustained effort day after day after day pays off. And all of that to say that it's working. And I'm seeing this huge change, this shift in the amount of arguing that is happening in our house and the amount of struggle in our house around her disorder and the problems it causes. I mean, it's just as much about changing, my behavior, my husband's behavior, as it is about changing hers, but all of it's working together really well. So any ADHD parents or special need parents that are out there dealing with similar issues, I just wanted to say, like, routine works. I can't recommend therapy highly enough if you can find a way to do it. Try the jewel jar if you have a need for it and you haven't tried it yet. Try the routine chart. It's been pretty great. Our routine chart, I think I got it on Amazon. It's just like a little magnetic strip, goes up on your fridge, and then it has other little magnets that stick to it, so you can kind of customize what the routine is. So there's like little magnets with an icon for brushing your teeth, brushing your hair, getting dressed, things like that. And you can put them in the order you want them to do them on, and then you get a little like dry erase marker, and they just check it off as you go, and then you erase it for the next day. But it's been working. It's been going really well. Mia's doing really well in school. We just got her progress report, and it was all A's this year, except for one. She is technically failing in reading comprehension, which sucks because she's got all A's everywhere else, including just reading, like phonics and the mechanics of reading, but she's not retaining what she's reading, which isn't surprising for an ADHD kid, but it's something we got to work on. But she's doing really well. So that tells me that our routines are working. Our new kind of family dynamic is working. Hi, Benny. This is my cat. Say hi, buddy. Our interaction with like the whole team of people around her is working, and the meds are working. So that's kind of okay. every ADHD parent's sort of dream is to have these things kind of working in concert, not being a problem. So anyway, stick with it. If you're struggling with stuff like that, try something new. Contact an expert. Things are going really well over here. I'm going to wrap up because I got to go. Like, part of the reason why my hair looks all crazy and weird today, aside from the fact that I got rained on and now it's frizzy, I have a hair appointment to get to. So do something fun and new. I had blue streaks, and I don't know if you can, yeah, you can't really tell because of the way I have it up. Anyway, I had blue streaks in it. So who knows what I'll have by tonight. Anyway, so keep calm, keto on, keep going with it, keep making it work. Stay the course, eat real food. And if any of you parents out there need a little support with the ADHD stuff, I'm here. I don't know that I have, all the answers, but I'm definitely here for support. I get it. Oh, and stick around on the blog because it looks like maybe within the next week or two, fingers crossed, hopefully I didn't just jinx myself, we'll be talking about a giveaway. So I got to decide what to give you guys, and whoever is actually listening to these, you'll have a really good chance of getting it. So that's all for today. Enjoy the day. Hopefully it's not raining and nasty where you are, and I will see you later. Say bye-bye, Betty. Say bye-bye.